I don't know if I could handle it. That was a little mean. That was a little harsh.
You're always able to predict. In this one, you're just gonna hit by a curveball.
Hello everyone. I didn't film an intro for this video, so that is what I'm doing right now. I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. So I'm doing a whole series where I'm reading through the ACOMAF series, and this book specifically, I'm reading A Court of Mist and Fury. I hope you enjoy, and let's just get into it. Said that this book is an enemies to lovers, and so naturally I'm like, well, this book is about Feyre, and her and Tamlin are not enemies, so I guess that pretty much ruined the whole direction as to where this book is going to go to. And I know so many people prefer this book over this first one, so to me that says she's gonna get together with Rysand. Basically, we're moving away from Tamlin and we're going over to Rysand. And I don't know how I feel about that. I hope Sarah J. Maas gives Rysand's character enough to make me love him. Right now, when people are saying like, oh, he was just in love with her in Under the Mountain, I'm like, was he really? Or was he just trying to help her because he was going to benefit from her breaking Amarantha's curse on everyone? I'm not sure how to feel about everything just yet. I'm about 50 pages into it. I don't love Rysand right now. I don't feel like I have a reason to love him. So I'm just very, I guess, curious and a little bit skeptical as to where this book is going to go and why all of a sudden we are having such a huge shift from Tamlin to Rysand. I think they're obviously setting it up to make Tamlin the bad guy and make it seem like he just doesn't care. It just really feels like a complete 180 without there being like too much logic, I guess. But overall, those are my thoughts. I'm reading this book a lot slower just because it is a lot to digest. It is very difficult to want to read someone going through a tough time, especially after going through so much action from ACOTAR. But yeah, I'm going to keep on reading and then let you know my thoughts. Everyone, so if you can't tell, I am not in my apartment anymore. I am now at a cabin. My boyfriend and I were taking like a little vacation, and I brought my book with me so I can continue reading. What better place to read a fantasy than a cozy cabin up in the woods? I feel like the ambiance of this video is now going to match like this whole fantasy reading vlog. But anyways, I wanted to catch you up on my thoughts or what I've read so far. If I'm being totally honest, I am not sure how I feel about all of it. I really liked Tamlin in the first book, and it almost makes me sad because I liked how safe she felt with him, kind of like the comfort that the Spring Court brought to Feyre. And we went on this whole journey of her sacrificing herself for him and for his court and for everyone else. And I don't know. I need to see if it does the story justice, and if we get a good enough explanation on his behavior, and if it's enough for me to jump ship onto Rysand and Feyre, because like I said, clearly this book is about them. Some time, and I feel like I need to update you because so much has been happening. So right now, Feyre is already at Valerius and the Court of Dreams, and I can see why people would like Rysand and would like this book, because like the whole Court of Dreams and Valerius, keeping that whole place secret, it's just so sweet. And for someone who is supposed to be our villain, and they were like, I care so much about this place and this people, I risked everything. It's like starting to break down on some of those walls we as a reader have on him. And it's so sweet that he just wants like Feyre, like he wants Feyre to help him, obviously, but at the end of the day, he wants her to feel safe again and feel normal and feel like she can live life, not just survive life, because right now that's what she's doing. She's surviving. Their whole romance feels natural. Like, it's okay right now. I like the pace we're going at right now. I just hope it doesn't like go so quickly. So after ACOTAR, I remember thinking the plot was incredible. I wonder what they're gonna do in the whole rest of the series, because there's so many books left. Like, what is left that is going to require that many pages? And I think the plot and the concept is so interesting, and it kind of makes sense. It doesn't feel like we're just pulling at strings or pulling at anything just to write a second book. Like, Feyre has these powers, there's war coming, and there's certain things that they have to go through before they can try to stop the war, and then I'm assuming war is gonna break out because there's a whole series, so the plot feels very natural, which I like that. Okay, you guys, it has been some time and I desperately need to update you on what has been going on in this book. You guys, their banter, their teasing, this chemistry is just too good. Even my heart is starting to like warm up to this idea. Specifically, this is right before she is going to go into the Weaver's house and get Ryzen's stolen item. When he's like on his knees before her and like just cracking jokes and stuff. Oh my goodness. I can see why people really enjoy them as characters. So I am like halfway through chapter 38. The banter's amazing, but I love how they will say and do all these inappropriate things to try to distract each other from being upset or from being mad or distracting themselves from what's going on. I can really appreciate that. It just shows to me that they care about each other enough to try to do something about it, to try to make them feel better. But anyways, in the book right now, we just finished being at the summer court, and they just received the blood rubies because they got the second half of the book, but they managed to erupt so much chaos in the process, and they just left without a word. And so obviously the guy at the summer court was like, that's rude, that's mean, I'm gonna go hunt you now. So yeah, so far so good. All I've been doing is reading all day, and I definitely want to read a little bit more. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day, and I am here to update you on what I have been reading. So I'm on chapter 44, which is about like 420-ish pages. Something really funny I want to say about this chapter is how she keeps saying friend, my friend, my friend, not only internally but to Ryzan, and I just can't help but giggle at that. I don't know if she's doing it on purpose, but she keeps calling her her friend, and I'm like, I thought this was an enemies to lovers type of book. And then what she said to him about not letting people see the real you because you're afraid that they're all gonna walk away from you. Yikes. I have not read like too far ahead into it, but I'm like, that was a little mean, that was a little harsh. And she clearly only said it because she's like pissed off. Like, she truly doesn't even mean it, but I mean, I guess that's part of the enemies to lovers, right? But yeah, that's where I'm at so far. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just reading this chapter here, and Amren's conversation with Feyre about Ryzan being such a powerful like being and genuinely having a good heart because he dreams of peace, and he's so powerful that dreams of a better time. That is so sweet. I'm not gonna lie, this transition of like Ryzan and Feyre, I get it. I really do get it. Us getting to know him and getting to trust him, it just feels so right and so natural. And now this has me rooting for them together as a couple, like this does. I just don't know how this doesn't convince me that they work together and that they actually care for each other, and them being together is for each other's own good. The character development, the transition, top notch. I'm gonna keep reading. Guys, stop. Oh my gosh. Let me just read. But I forgot to tell him that the villain is usually the person who locks up the maiden and throws away the key. Oh? I shrugged. He was the one who let me out. Stop. He was the one who let her out. Oh my gosh. This is working. Like, this is, I'm convinced. I'm on board. I'm on team Ryzen and Feyre. That's fine. This whole time I was thinking, I wonder how they're gonna do this. I hope it's natural. I hope it feels right. And this is living up to the hype. Like, this is totally living up to the hype. You guys, I cannot. The tension in this book. Oh my gosh. It's so much. Like, I'm at the part where they're at Starfall. They had their fight. They forgave each other. They said, I'm sorry. They're spending such a nice, beautiful moment. And I know it's just going to get ripped away from them. The tension. Like, there's no words. I truly thought they were going to take that next step. Full 100% thought they were going to take that next step. And then they didn't. Sarah J. Maas is so good at letting a little bit go and then pulling you back in, and then letting it go and pulling you back in, because I cannot. There's still this much left of the book. What? I don't know if I could handle it. You guys, it has been a couple of hours and I have done nothing but read this book. I just got to chapter 51. I'm just gonna start at the beginning. First of all, when they're going at the inn, a one bed trope. Excuse me. Like, how did they manage to fit like the #1 most like romantic trope into this book? Actually, Sarah J. Maas, you need to apologize, because I cannot handle this tension anymore. I literally cannot. Like, I'm driving myself insane. One bed trope. As if that scene wasn't bad enough. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. So we fast forward. Well, oh wait, I have something else to say. He literally says, but Rise would never have not seen what was happening to me, would have never been so misguided and arrogant and self-absorbed. This is where, because she keeps like sort of comparing them between Ryzen and Tamlin, and she's just talking about how she was wasting away at the spring court and she felt like she was withering away until nothing. And then that's what she says that about Ryzen, that how he wouldn't have been so misguided and arrogant and self-absorbed to not notice what was happening to her. I have no words, truly. I mean, what is there to say other than this is like every woman's like dream, for them to be with someone who would notice these things. And I understand this whole book is a campaign for us, making us like Ryzen, and it's working. I'm sold. Like, you don't need to tell me anything else. You literally don't need to tell me anything else. I'm on board. I already said it. I'm on board. But then we keep going. A couple pages later, a couple chapters later, whatever you want to call it. Now, hear me out. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I'm just engrossed in the story, okay? I'm really engrossed in the story. And don't think I'm dumb for not thinking about it before, but they're mates. They're mates. They're literally mates. Of course they are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they not be, I mean? So she says, mate. Ryzen was my mate. Not lover, not husband, but more than that. A bond so deep, so permanent, that it was honored over all others. Rare and cherished. And then she's like, how can I possibly be his mate? He is the most powerful High Lord ever. It says mates. Mates were equals, matched, at least in some ways. And she's like fully processing this, and so am I. I'm like fully processing this. I'm like, what in the world is happening? As if I already wasn't sold on their romance. I can see why this book is everyone's favorite book. I think this is my favorite book now too. No lie. I truly believe that this book should be studied, because the way we transitioned through to everything and to Feyre realizing these things, but not only the characters development, because Ryzen's character's development so good, Feyre's like development to getting to this point, to her being like, oh my gosh, not only is he my mate, but I think I love him. The transitions for the reader to be on board before Feyre, it was just, I always said, I hope it's natural. I hope it's good. I hope they make the, because I knew, like I said, I knew this was going to be enemies to lovers. I knew what that meant. Who were the enemies? Ryzen and Feyre. I knew that. And so I knew they were going to end up together in the end. But in the way that it happened, I am just in shock and in awe, and I don't know how Sarah J Maas thinks of any of this, and this woman deserves all the credit she gets. I like literally, that's it. I have this much left of the book. I'm just gonna go read this and I'll talk to you all later. I am on chapter 66. I am about to start it and I'm just gonna film. There has been so much going on. I can't even begin to process everything in these last couple of chapters. Like, I didn't think it was gonna go smoothly, but I didn't think this would be happening, at least right now. I will talk about all of my thoughts after I finish reading the book. Right now, I'm just meant to record so I can read how it ends. Chapter 38. It's Ryzen's chapter. I don't want to read it. The bond can't be broken.
What are you feeling? Is it just so crazy? You've never been able to predict. Or no, you're always able to predict. In this one, you're just got hit by a curveball.
Yeah. This one. Have this much left. This whole ending. I have no words. Let's take a moment to discuss my final thoughts of A Court of Mist and Fury. So I've officially finished the book. I actually finished the book like 2 days ago. I just immediately started the next book and then I wanted some time to kind of process my thoughts and then be able to talk about them. First and foremost, 5 stars. Like, I just don't think there's any other rating other than 5 stars. It was amazing. It was better than the first one, which I was always wondering how this book was going to be better than the first one because everybody loves this book. And it indeed was. I thought everything was just so good. Everything was perfect. Ryzen and Feyre and them being mates, and then the world around them, and then the whole thing with Tamlin, and now Lucien is back in the picture, and also with her sisters are now back in the picture, and it's just, I'm really excited about the rest of this world and this upcoming war and the rest of the books and what we're gonna see from them. I am so excited and seeing all of them kind of work together and play together in the same universe. 5 out of 5. I thought it was so good. I truly don't have any other words other than this book was amazing, and I can see the hype. I can see why people love it, and now I'm on that whole bandwagon. I love this book. I think everyone should read this series, and I'm just excited to see what comes next. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see me continue this series, I will be reading A Court of Wings and Ruin in the next video, so if you want to see that, please stay tuned.